Hey guys, I'm back. Guess what? It occurred to me that I should be able to make Daneil Fast approved tacos. Like, I think I have everything here. I'm really kind of pumped because I'm gonna make this, and by the time Lenny gets home, it should be ready. He ran to Office Depot or Home Depot with a couple of the kids, so I'm really excited. I think he's gonna be really excited. So here's what I'm gonna do. I forgot that I had these. Kelsey told me about these, and she got some at Sprouts. Oop, I gotta plug my phone in. I got some at, hello everyone again. How are you, Amy Lane? I got some of these yesterday when we were at HEB. They were in the frozen area, and it's from the Ezekiel bread brand. But these are sprouted tortillas. So they are unleavened bread. Like, there's the leavened and the unleavened, so that's why we can do this. So I'm gonna make Lenny 2 and I'm gonna make myself 1, and I'm gonna do them on the griddle just like I did our other tortillas, okay? Now, here's the other thing I'm gonna do. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so I have quinoa. Years ago, I did a recipe on my site for quinoa taco bowls. They were really, really tasty. Hey, Sherry, how are you? They were so tasty, and I thought, you know what? Why couldn't I make that as a bake, like make fake rice with quinoa? As long as you're not using packaged taco seasoning, then you can still use taco seasoning as long as you're using the like the taco packets are gonna have additional preservatives and stuff in it. But you can make homemade taco seasoning. I've done it 100 times, and all it is oregano, chili powder, cumin, garlic and onion salt if you want to, and then you can do cayenne if you want to make it spicier or whatever. I can totally do that, and I have quinoa in the pantry. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this, and then for the actual meat of it, I'm just going to do, I sliced up a red bell pepper and a yellow bell pepper, and then I've got an onion here that I sliced up, and some garlic, I'm sorry, not garlic, some olive oil in the pan, and I'm gonna add some garlic to that, and then I'm gonna drain a can of black beans. Have you guys seen this brand? My mother-in-law, she does the sweetest thing. She will just have a different, like have a shipment mailed to me. And this was a shipment from a company called Brandless. I've seen their stuff all over Facebook in ads, but I didn't know they did food. I thought they just did brandless household items, like mixing spoons and things like that. I didn't know they did food. So this is from that brand called Brandless. You get 3 cans of black beans for $3. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think everything is $3. I don't know enough about it. She just had it sent to me, and she's so sweet, and it's got tons of stuff in there. I'm actually gonna take some pictures and unbox it with you guys. I just haven't had a chance to do it. So I'm gonna drain these and rinse them and mix them in once the onions and peppers have time to cook together. Another website I watch does a lot of unboxing from them. That's awesome. Honestly, I've seen their stuff pop up on my Facebook many times, but I've never really looked into them that much. And it wasn't their food stuff that kept popping up in my Facebook feed. It was their kitchen utensils and things like that. So I'm gonna go check it out. I will do an unboxing and show you some of what she sent me because it's really cool. I'm really happy with it. So we're gonna drain and rinse these. First, we're gonna cook the peppers and the onion in some olive oil with garlic. And I'm gonna get this quinoa going. I'm using water instead of chicken broth, water and quinoa, but before I get the water boiling, I want to add in my spices to make my to make my taco seasoning. It is homemade taco seasoning, it's not fake. And then I'm gonna heat up these tortillas, and we just can't have cheese. I may have cheese, but he won't because he's being very strict. So yeah, let's see how quickly we can whip this up. I'm really excited that it kind of just occurred to me that I could do this. So let me plug in, ignore the mess behind me. We have been busy in here working on projects a lot of the day. So, all right, we're gonna turn this over here. I'm gonna turn that light off. All right, can you guys see all that? Okay, so I'm gonna get going here, and we're gonna see what we can do. All righty, I am going to, oh, did you guys watch our video yesterday? Lenny dropped a brand new container of garlic on the floor. It was brand new, and so it busted the lid. So I just used a rubber band and some foil. I know that's ridiculous, but that's what we had, and I didn't want this garlic to go to waste, and I didn't have a can that I could put it in to resolve it. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of this in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put in my onion. Now remember, there's only 2 of us eating this, so I'm not gonna make a ton. But I'm just inspired to the fact that we really can, if we try, we really can modify and use the things that we have to adjust our diet so that we can eat, you know, something like doing the Daniel fast or what have you. I think I'm just gonna do, well, I guess I'll do them all because they will kind of cook down. All right, so there's this. And then, watch out, princess. There you are, begging for food, my little friend. Okay, so I'm gonna eyeball it, but basically, I've got my water here. I've got 1 cup of water. We're gonna do half a cup of quinoa. But first I wanna add my seasonings in here so that I can get my water seasoned, so that my quinoa has some flavor to it. So this is the chili powder, and I'm just gonna eyeball it and mix in, excuse me, mix in what would be in a typical, these are those raw spice bar spices. So just what would typically be in a homemade taco seasoning. This is the cumin. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of that, princess. Get out from under my feet, girlfriend. Let's see, we need garlic salt. This one has not been opened. And then onion powder. I don't know if I have any onion powder. We may just skip that. Let me see what I have over here. Don't know what I have. I got 2 spice racks for Christmas. I guess everybody knows that I love to cook, huh? Maybe tomorrow night we will do a recipe that has ginger and is more of like an Asian inspired meal. Hello, Betty. How are you guys? How is life in Arkansas? Okay, I don't have any onion powder, but I am gonna put in a little bit of these red pepper flakes just for some more flavor. Okay, and I'm gonna mix it up with a whisk. Sorry, guys. All right, let me turn the heat up on this a little bit. Okay, now let me turn this heat on. And let's see here. So you go ahead and you add, I haven't cooked quinoa in a little while. You do add your quinoa with the water and let it come to a boil. So we do 1 cup of water to half a cup of quinoa, or 1 cup of broth or what have you to quinoa, to half a cup of quinoa. If you have never eaten quinoa before, it is a very high protein grain. I think it's a grain. Yeah, it is a whole grain. Let me show you what it looks like. This goes a very long way. They're like, can you see that? They're like little beads, little tiny beads. And awesome, Betty, I'm so glad you guys are doing well. They're little beads, and when they cook, they are circular in shape. They'll expand a little bit, but they kind of have like an outer piece that kind of pulls apart from the inner piece. I really like them. They're really good. I feel like they do kind of have an earthy taste to them, especially if you don't use any, and I'm not saying an earthy taste the way that beets have an earthy taste. Just an earthy taste, very grain-like. If you just cook them in water, you'll have more of that flavor. But if you cook them in broth, like chicken broth or vegetable broth, or like I just flavored the water with taco seasoning. I actually, if you go to crystalandcup.com, I have a recipe on my site for quinoa taco bowls. And we just used the quinoa as our meat. It's a great meat alternative. It's very high in protein. We just used it as our meat, and then I made enough of it for my whole family. It's been a couple of years ago since I posted that recipe. And then added beans, kind of like what I'm going to do here. And then topped it just like you would top a regular taco bowl with your lettuce or what have you, lettuce, cheese, whatever. Now, obviously not going to do exactly the same thing for this, since this is following the Daniel fast, but you get the idea. Okay, so once that comes to a boil, we're gonna cover it and take it off of the heat, and this cooks super fast. The grain is so small, it cooks really fast. So I am going to also put 3 of these tortillas on the griddle. Kelsey said these were really good. So we shall see. She had one the other day for breakfast. She's doing the Daniel fast too. And she had one for breakfast with peanut butter, I think, on it. But it's flat, and it has a lot of different grains in it. It's sprouted grain tortillas. And you buy them, usually they're frozen. They're definitely refrigerated if they're not frozen. And then once you bring them home, you want to put them in the refrigerator or the freezer. And my griddle is only going to hold 2 at a time. So, they also make Ezekiel bread, which we can't have that right now while we're doing the fast, but I love Ezekiel bread. All right. So this quinoa is almost boiling. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. The kids are already done eating. They've abandoned the table already. We are definitely getting a very late start to our cooking tonight. All right, let me find the lid for that. Lid on this too, just so that it can kind of really get those peppers done, and then I'll drain the beans and add them. Okay, so this is boiling now. I'm just going to stir it a little bit again, and then turn the heat off and put the lid on it. So now all that's left is adding the beans to this and the tortillas. And that will be a Daniel fast taco. Like, how easy was that? I didn't even know that I had everything on hand that I would need to make it. I am so happy. And I think Lenny's gonna be really happy when he sees them, when he comes home. My favorite can opener. Seriously, I love this thing. Whoops. Let me rinse these and drain them. Now you could also make a big thing of black beans in the Instant Pot, and you could do it from dry beans. You could do pinto beans, lentils, black beans, whatever you wanted in the Instant Pot. And that's a great way to make a bunch of beans to have on hand for a couple of dinners, and then freeze whatever you have left over. But the Instant Pot is a fast way to make beans. You know, in the slow cooker, they take all day. On the stovetop, they take a long time. In the Instant Pot, they're really fast. Maybe we will give that a try as we start doing some Instant Pot. I want to do some Instant Pot Whole30 recipes with you guys. All right, let me see how this is going. Alrighty. Whoop. I'm gonna wait till these peppers get a little more translucent. Actually, I'm gonna add just a little bit of water, and I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. You could add some vegetable broth if you had some. I just kind of want these, I just added a little, shoop, shoop, that's it. I just want them to kind of steam a little bit, so to speak. Add some salt to them. Some pepper. put the lid back on them. And then once those peppers are a little more cooked and a little more translucent, we'll add those beans in. They just have to be heated up. Put the cheese away because obviously we're not gonna be eating the cheese. The kids had that with their dinner. That Lenny bought when we went to Sprouts the other day, and we need to figure out how to use it. If any of you guys have yummy eggplant recipes or ways that you love to cook eggplant that would meet the Daneil fast compliance, you know, or it's Daneil fast compliant, let me know. I need to use it up. I think it's going to go bad if we don't use it pretty quickly. And I want to make sure we put it to good use. Now, if I read correctly, I could have used, instead of quinoa, I could have done brown rice instead. So that is an option. Hello, Tina, how are you? If you have a mason jar, you can put the garlic in that. Yes, I know. I have no mason jars. Actually, you know what? I think I kept some, I have this apple butter jar that has a lid on it. I bet I could fit some of it in here. I had kept this. Sometimes I also keep spaghetti jars with their lids, but I don't have any in there. I may put some of that over here. Yeah, I wish I had some mason jars on hand. It just slipped right out of his hand and he dropped it and it busted and the lid busted. It didn't, some of it went on the floor. We only lost about a fourth of it. But yeah, that was bad news bears. If you saw last night's video, you would have seen that in there. It was pretty crazy. Tina, we are using the brandless black beans that you got me in the shipment. Hello, Holly. Holly, what we're doing is, so I made tacos for the kids, which you may have seen in the other Facebook Live. Well, these tortillas, I think I've overcooked them. In the other Facebook Live, I made tacos and nachos for the kids. And then after I got off the live, I'm like, wait a minute. I forgot that we had these Ezekiel sprouted tortillas, and I thought I could make tacos with these. Lenny would be so happy. And so I'm just kind of winging it, and I've just looked online to make sure that what I'm doing is compliant. It seems to be for the Daneil fast. And we're going to use quinoa that we made our own little off-the-cuff homemade taco seasoning. And then we've got onions, garlic, and bell peppers here. And see, adding that water to this really helped to make these peppers that much more translucent. I've rinsed these beans. I'm going to go ahead and toss them in. And between this and the quinoa that's taco seasoning flavored, that's like our faux rice or whatever, all of this is high in protein, and the beans here are too. So between all of this, these should be nice things to stuff the tortillas with. And dinner should be good. So, all right. If I can do this, you guys can do this. Seriously. It's going to come together. Now, I cooked these a little. I overheated them. So we may have tostadas, but that's okay. We'll be happy with that. It'll be good. All right, so now we're just waiting for this to finish up. Let me show you what this quinoa looks like so that you get an idea. Hey, Melanie, how are you? All right, let me show you guys what the quinoa looks like. It's very steamy. Hold on. So see, it's like little balls. It's not little balls like how couscous is. It's much finer than that, but there's still some water in there, so I need to really leave it alone. But I just want you to get an idea for what that looks like. And this, a little bit goes a long way. So when I fluff that up, it's really gonna be a lot of quinoa. And it's taco flavored, so we made homemade taco seasoning. And then we've got black beans that are cooked with the bell peppers and the olive oil and the onions and the garlic. And we're gonna serve that with our tortillas here. And these are tortillas that are Daneil fast compliant. They are unleavened, no preservatives, Ezekiel tortillas. So there you have it. All right, guys, I will try really hard to post a picture of it once it's done. Some of the kids ran to the store with Lenny, but half of the kids stayed here. So here's how our nachos turned out. Half of those are gone. We've got our taco meat that they made tacos out of. We had leftover rice. I had some avocados here that no one ended up eating. I'll probably eat those. And they can have cheese. So that's what they had for dinner. We're just kind of navigating our way through, trying to support Lenny as he tries to eat a little healthier. He wants to do this fast and see if he can get some better, more healthy eating habits and shed a few pounds. So we'll see how that goes. He's doing really well so far. All right, guys, I'll post a picture when we're done. I hope you guys are having an amazing night, and I hope you cooked something delicious for your family. All right, talk to you later. See you tomorrow night. Bye.